Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today, we're gonna go back into the dungeons because I don't think anybody's really playing this dungeon mechanic, and I think it's actually still viable, still very good. And I honestly believe it or not, there was a card in New Capenna that I think makes this playable, and that's actually Tenacious Underdog. Now, it seems like this isn't, obviously doesn't do anything for Venture, doesn't take you into the dungeon. However, just being a quality 3/2 and a card you can keep getting back actually fills in those middle sections of the game, and as it extends on, it kind of combined with the value of the dungeons, I think is going to help us get there. So let's go take a look at what Orzhov Dungeons looks like with a couple of new things from Streets of New Capenna. If you want to support the channel, remember to check out shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn and use promo code PowrDragn. You'll save 5% on everything you order over there at UltraPro, and that includes all the new sweet stuff from their Lemon Yellow collection this month. Alright, so the things to remember here is that we're not using this as just like a straight up dungeon deck. This is like an Orzhov mid-rangey deck, and we're using the dungeons for the value, right? So if we're playing against a slower control type deck, we want to go for the Tomb of Annihilation, right? Where we're getting to lose life, make them discard cards, whatever, and just kind of grind that extra value. But if it's against a more aggressive deck, maybe we're taking the one where we can gain some life, scry some things, try to get to our removal. And then if it's something kind of in the middle they don't really know about, we can go for that middle dungeon that just gives us a little value, maybe lets us get a treasure or 1/1 goblin, and kind of just gives us some different options there. So that's what we're really doing with this, and I think it's going to help us get where we want to go. So let's go ahead and go down the list. We've got 2 Bloodchief's Thirst just for some versatile removal. Like I said, we expect our games to go a little bit longer, so being able to pay 4 to kill a Planeswalker later if we have to isn't that big a deal. We do play some Luminarch Aspirants, obviously, because we're playing creatures. The card's dumb, no surprise. Then we got 3 Infernal Grasp, and we're going to be playing a fair amount of removal in this list because that's the only way we're going to survive to do what we need to do. 3 Tenacious Underdog. Now, we could play 4 if you wanted to cut something else. And there's some spots that we can mention here that could be cut. So if you want to, go ahead. I don't think it's actually a bad thing, but I felt like I wanted more copies of some of the other cards. Speaking of which, we're going to be playing 4 Triumphant Adventurer, and we're obviously not cutting these, right? If you're trying to do any venture stuff at all, and this has Death Touch and First Strike when it attacks, we have some ways to put counters on it and make it more threatening. So yeah, this has to stay at a full 4. Vanishing Verse. Now, this is a thing, if you wanted to cut 1 Vanishing Verse for a Bloodchief's Thirst, I could totally understand that. Mostly because there are going to be times that Vanishing Verse is just going to be the wrong card, right? Like, if it's multicolor, you're not going to be able to kill it. Bloodchief's Thirst, pretty cheap, especially early. There's a fair amount of things you can kill with that. So, sometimes having a full set of Vanishing Verse is a little rough. I'm going to play 4 for now, but like I said, if you want to go down to 3 and maybe play an extra Thirst or Grasp, I think it's more than reasonable in this list. We are going to go ahead and play 4 Nadar. Yes, Nadar is legendary, but I think it's going to die enough times that we're okay having another one. And it is the one in the deck we do want to hit the most, right? Because when it comes into play and when it attacks, it triggers. And it has Vigilance. It also makes it resistant to the Wandering Emperor, which is a big deal because it can only kill things that are tapped. So we do like Nadar a lot, so I have no problem playing 4 copies of that one. Now, the Wandering Emperor. We are playing 4 copies of this, and this is another spot. Like I said, if you want to cut one of these to maybe play another Tenacious Underdog, I think that's reasonable, because it is a 4 mana thing, and you don't necessarily, like, this is one of the ones you don't want a bunch of, unless you're just in those weird middle, late stages where there's just creatures you have to remove, then you'll play them in sequence, but realistically, you only want 1, but we kind of really want to see it, so it's kind of a catch-22 here. But like I said, if you want to go ahead and cut it, or maybe you just don't have the wild cards or whatever, go ahead and pack in another Tenacious Underdog, and I think you'll be fine. Then we were playing 2 Borrowing. Now, again, maybe you want to play a 3rd Borrowing. That's totally reasonable as well. The thing to remember, though, is Borrowing only gets to return things if you've already completed a dungeon, which means you're kind of leaning on the Triumphant Adventure and Nadar to get the real work done. So when Borrowing shows up, cool. But Borrowing does at least get 1 trigger when it comes into play. So sometimes you kind of have to think about that too, especially against the control decks. It's actually kind of nice because you can go into the Tomb of Annihilation, and over the course of like 2 turns, you can complete a dungeon. Then even if your board gets wiped, you got Borrowing coming back, getting you a trigger, and then possibly getting creatures back. So it does a lot of work in here if you can set it up the right way and paying attention to which dungeon you're going into throughout the game. Then we do have 1 Loth just for some extra value, because why not? And it helps us draw cards, so sure. The rest of the way, we've got 3 Amaria's Call just for some value, 3 Meathook Massacre because the card's absurd, Then we have 2 Cave of the Frost Dragon, 6 Plains, 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrant, 3 Swamp, 4 Bright Climb Pathway, 4 Shattered Sanctum, and 2 Rafine's Tower. Now, we don't have anything with blue. It's not really necessary. We are playing this just because it's another multi-land, which we do have a fair amount of things that want like double white or double black. But late in the game, it does let us cycle something so we just don't get flooded completely. You could find a way to go ahead and cut like a Plains if you wanted to and play a third one. But I only really felt comfortable with 2 because there are some situations where we're going to want our mana untapped on 4 or 5 when we're trying to play like 2 things on the same turn. So you don't want to have too many Rafine's Towers that you're drawing. But yeah, that's it. That's the deck. As always, we'll play some games, and then at the end of the video, we'll talk about what we liked, what we didn't, what we would replace. And we'll have a card spotlight for you. So we'll catch you on the other side. All right, we get to go first, but I mean, I guess we keep it. We're just probably trying to remove something on the early turns and then just play Nadar on turn 3, I suppose. Unless we draw something else, obviously. Well, backup Nadar doesn't suck, so that's actually okay. But we're playing against a control deck, so it looks like our first one might just die or get countered, unfortunately. That's just how it goes. Though we do get this, so if they get to kill this, that's okay. We don't mind that. Oh, they actually don't have a counter or a removal card. That is good to know. Though the scary part becomes, what do they have then? If they're not doing that. Alright, well, we go to attacks. Intriguing. Okay, we'll try. I mean, you didn't play a Spikefield Hazard down, so maybe you don't have it. We did miss a land drop here, though, which means we can't sneak down a Wandering Emperor, unfortunately. Alright, I want to kill that. We are okay with that, actually. I think we're just going to go ahead and get ahead of the game and get a Plains here. Oh, they also needed a Plains, so I wonder if this is like a Hanada deck. No, it's a Wandering Emperor.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me.
Okay.
I am almost sad to
Seems
see you
legit. Let's go ahead and kill this off. Not to say they don't have another one, but do any of these let us draw early? Let's see. Scry, make a treasure. Let's go into this one.
Our swords will
Alright, let's
cross.
go ahead and play this. We will scry. Ooh, that is so tough. So tough. Gosh. Alright, I'm gonna keep it. I just feel like there's gonna be something we can kill with it. Probably other planeswalkers, so might as well. And we already have an Infernal Grasp for like a Nada if that shows up, so I'm not too worried about it. I mean, obviously we do need land, so maybe I should have still put it on the bottom since we have access to a couple of removal things here, but we'll see. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of this. We'll attack and get 2 triggers. So we'll get a treasure. And then we'll scry 2. Maybe just leave these, honestly, as is. Actually, that's not true. We're going to get rid of this. Alright, they take some damage. Now it's just a matter of if we use... we'd have to use treasure for anything here. Alright, that's unfortunate. I think we just missed too many land drops to be competitive in this one. Opponent kept their whole hand, too. They didn't discard anything. That's very disturbing. That is not cool at all. So they got access to 6. They want to farewell. Alright. Interesting choice. Don't hate it, though. We're going to lead with another one of these. Create 2 1/1s or exile the top 2 cards and can't play one. Let's do this. And if they just have another sweeper, they got another sweeper. Whatevs. We'll find a way to deal with it. Alright, iteration. They're going to go digging for some help here. They don't have any more blue mana right now, which is interesting. And this has Vigilance, so Wandering Emperor doesn't do much. Other than if they want to block with the Reflection, obviously. Then we'd have to play ours to pump ours. Get into that whole silly game. Well, there's some blue mana, unfortunately. Gonna bounce a token. Alright. I feel like that's exactly what we're dealing with here. Okay. I mean... yeah, sure. We'll just attack with Nadar. Scry 3. Ooh. Maybe we don't want any of these. I mean, we have one of each in our hand already, so meh. Not that exciting. Opponent says cool, cool. What do we do here? We play Borrowing. Draw 3 cards, let me cast one without paying its cost. Kind of feel like we want to Borrowing later if they have another sweeper or some such here. Okay, I guess we just let them flash in their Wandering Emperor here. And then we'll figure out what to do with ours. Oh, it's just a big score. Okay. Not what I thought we were going to see there. Neither of us have any creature lands, though they have a way to get rid of ours with the Field of Ruin. Thundering Rebuke. Okay, well, that happens. Burn down the house. Okay. How do we feel about that? I guess it's fine. I'm going to copy a devil. Sure. I mean, do we go with this and make a dude? Alright, I guess we try. If it gets countered, it gets countered. There's not much we can do about it, right? Yeah, that's fine. That's neither here nor there on the grand scheme of things. I mean, we were at 21 to start the turn, so we're not that worried about it. Well, that's also a thing, I suppose. We're doing a lot on no lands here. This is pretty amazing that we've only seen 4 this far in, but we're still functioning. And then we do get some value from Borrowing if it resolves, obviously. Alright, does the opponent have spells to cast? They do not. So let's get rid of that. And let's play this. Because again, we missed a land. With this Loth just hanging out for whatever turn we're on, turn 12 or something. But that's okay. Still trying to make a go of it. And the opponent is only at 12. I mean, it's not like... we can find a way to get there from here. This is not the worst case scenario by any stretch. Alright, let's attack. Alright, there's a Wandering Emperor.
No,
Obviously, you're going to exile this.
that's coming off. My judgment is final.
Alright, let's see what we can do. Anything good? Boo. I mean, we can't even play this because we can't pay the kicker to do anything with it. That's so sad. Like, we'd like to pay kicker. Oh, what, does it let us pay kicker? I was going to say, yeah, I was going to say, we can't do that. We just decline. We can't do anything with those, unfortunately. We can put this into play to have a creature land, which is probably better. Okay. Just plussing for no value. Interesting. Yeah, we attack. I'm assuming into this. I mean, what else are we gonna do? Let's go here. And a hole breaker. Cool. Let's try to kill it. All right, sounds good.
I guess that's it then.
Going to go ahead and put this in tap. I'm trying to think, like, what are we going to do next turn? Hold on a second. Because we can cycle that. Assuming opponent has a Doomscar or maybe has a Farewell or some such, like, what are we looking to do? I think we just play this. This is more than enough land, I think. We may just be cycling this Rafine's Tower. Yeah, it's a Doomscar. All right. Opponent still takes 2. They're passing. We're going to draw. That doesn't help. That might help later. I think we're going to try this first. May not resolve, but, you know, going to give it a go. It does.
Come closer, little thing. The time is a gift in exchange.
In the turn. I'm not totally sure if it's a mistake or not to make the 2/1s there. Might be better to just go ahead and draw a card. Yeah, we'll tap. Doubt there's going to be anything to use it on, but hey, never know. All right. Opponent plays a Wandering Emperor.
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you.
I mean, they can make a 2/2, obviously. They were going to do that anyway.
Guards, to me.
All right, they're down to 2 cards. We've got a kill card. We can draw stuff with Loth. We can block. All right, opponent loses 1. We gain 1.
I will cull the weak.
Man, we have had to grind this bad boy out. And I still don't know if we're going to get there, but
Good minions are loyal.
we're at least trying. Opponent does not have any creature lands. Okay, sure. Opponent goes to 8. Didn't play anything there, though, for the whole turn. Are they just holding on to lands or some such? What's happening here?
Oh yes.
All right, that's nice.
The knowledge
That is a good little pickup. Don't hate that. Let's go ahead and put this here. Okay. I mean, did we just get there? I mean, we've got Planeswalker in hand. We can make another 2/2, even if they kill our dudes here. Yeah, they'll lose 1 from that. So they go to 4.
My power is for annihilation.
We'll try. No counters either?
I'm not overconfident. You just may your blade strike true.
I am genuinely... Okay, good deal. We got there. All right, let's keep this one. This feels promising. We'll see if it's true or not, but let's go ahead and put this into play tapped. I think we're going to try to play Trumpet Adventurer this turn. Likely dies to a lot of things, but that's okay. It's the weakest of the things we'll want to play for a couple of turns. Oh, well, look at this. So that's what we're doing over there, huh? Alrighty then. Now we know. So we might need to just go ham on dungeons and maybe play the ones that just like loss of life, discard, whatever. I think it's the first one. I think that's the one we're going to need to focus on here. Yeah. Let's attack. Assuming it's just going to get bounced. Yep, not a surprise. Not a bad thing, though, because it means we could still play it and Aspirant next turn, so that's okay. We go ahead and play this. And let's see, that one's the lose life discard one. Yeah, that's the one we want. Alright. I should learn the names of these at some point. Tomb of Annihilation. It makes sense. Tomb of Annihilation is about losing life. Easy way to remember. Interesting that they were playing that. I wouldn't have guessed that to be a thing here. But now we know. Let's attack. Each player loses 2. Sure. Unless they sacrifice, or I should discard a card. Yeah, we'll decline. I don't know how they're going to kill us. If they're milling us, then we're not worried about damage. Alright. Okay, then I guess we do this. And this. I mean, they might also just be planning to attack and then sweep the board here. I don't know. If so, then we're hoping to draw an untapped land and play Lolth, I think. I mean, otherwise, I don't know what else they're going to do. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess I'll Death Touch you. I mean, if you're going to sweep the board anyway, there's no point in just taking damage because. Nope, it's just another one of those. Okay. That is good to know, I guess. Oh. And they decided to foretell something, whatever something is. Yeah. Alright. Each player loses 2 unless they sacrifice things. I'm going to decline. Because we don't care. Are they actually going to sacrifice a land here? So they're going all in on like... Wow, they want to keep the ability to make treasure pretty badly, huh? Oh, no, they just wanted to prevent damage. I gotcha.
You started this fight, but I have got new moves.
All right, feel free to copy what you want here, opponent. But we're looking at lethal next turn, right? 3, 6, 9. Oh, no, because they have a blocker here. Never mind. Ruin Crab? Sure. We still have plenty of cards, so I'm not worried about that part of the plan here. Okay, now this is where it gets a little bit serious. We can Tenacious Underdog. We can Infernal Grasp. What if we just grasp this? See what the opponent does. Nothing, they say. All right. I think we just want to make a 2/2 here on this turn with the Wandering Emperor. I mean, I guess technically it'd be a 3/3 if Nadar lives, because we've completed a dungeon. All right. Yeah, we'll just make a 2/2. And then I think we'll just play this tapped. And then that'd give us enough mana that if we want to, we could meat hook whatever comes out on their side. We could Lolth some stuff. We could maybe do 2 things with Underdog and a removal spell. Alright, Dual Strike. That's probably not going to get us. I think we're okay. Yep, we're good. Opponent's at 10. Yep, Lots of ways to get there. They're going to make us go through the motions. We're going to make them go through the motions.
Strike hard.
Have a bunch of 4 power plus things. And bonus life loss. There you go. Got it. If we're going first, let's mulligan. Oh, that's not any better. Dang it. Alright, we'd have been better off keeping that first one. Lessons learned. That's what I get for getting greedy. Alright, we just passed. This won't be awful, though. Soul Ripper. Okay. I think I just want to get rid of the Soul Ripper. And we'll just take one here. Well, I was hoping to draw another body there. That didn't happen. That was a definite foul. Yep, not cool. White. All right. And another white. Sure. Ugh, do we exile the... I guess we gotta exile the bigger creature, because we won't have a way to kill that easily.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will
Just take
kill
3
them.
for now. Oh, that was not bad. Okay. I mean, we're gonna lose whatever creature we play here, but still. It's kind of alright. I kind of wonder if... Just thinking out loud here, like, what if we actually were to... Blood Chief's Thirst this, then they only get a 2/2, then we make a 2/2, and we play Borrowing next turn. Because we're not going to get to keep Wandering Emperor either way. So, let's do this.
See you later.
And then it's possible we can play Borrowing and something next turn. Because I feel like if we just Borrowing here, Borrowing's just going to die. We're going to block, like, I don't know, Headless Rider, and then take 6, and the opponent still has dudes. Like, I don't know if that's any good. Alright, let's try. It's an interesting... like I said, I don't know if this line's better or worse, but I'm going to go for it. Okay, well, that didn't help at all. Yep, that was pretty bad. That was exactly what we didn't need to happen. I think they just won this one. Yeah, we tried. What is this? I mean, I guess this is probably the best one. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's got to stay on top. It's a 3/3. It's something, but I think we're just dead. Yep. Yep. We just aren't going to win here. Yep, we're way dead. Ooh, boy. Can we get away with this? I mean, we're going to try. Probably shouldn't. This hand really needs a third land to feel any good, because even if we play Nadar and Nadar dies, right now we got nothing else. But we'll see how it works out. Stranger things have happened. All right, here we go. By the way, I hope y'all have been enjoying some of the different decks we put out lately. We've been having some banger games. I mean, it's been a wild run on Arena lately. All right. Well, we did find that other land. I think I'm going to leave this up since I don't know what we're up against. We might get to use an Infernal Grasp, and I think it's worth just taking 3 next turn, even if it means we lose Nadar. That's okay. Luminarch Aspirants. We will kill that. So that means Nadar gets a free pass, at least for a second. Interestingly, though, we're up against what looks to be... Actually, you know what? I probably should have used our Vanishing Verse on that, because I just realized if they play Rafine here, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. That's not great. Alright, let's just go with this one. Alright, that seems fine. We might need that for multiple reasons. To either play the Wandering Emperor or use this on... Oh, we couldn't even kill a Rafine here, actually. Because we'd have to pay one more. Yeah, it actually would have been bad.
I could sneak right by, but it's like your defenses aren't even there.
Alright, this kind of sort of works. We can just kill the 1/1. Get in there. We'll make a goblin. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Opponent only has 1 black mana here, so we got to keep that in mind as well. They also don't have double blue. I'm not sure what that would matter for, but something to note. Here, I'm really just hoping to get enough damage in over a couple of turns that we could eventually kill them with the Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Luminarch Aspirant, dead. Oh, Nadar also dead? Boo. Alright, well, this is not the greatest use of this card, and this will probably be the only time I ever do this in the history of me playing Arena. But this little 1/1 token's gonna get a +1, and we're gonna take out that Kaito. Like, sometimes you just do what you gotta do, folks. It ain't pretty. It's just mandatory. I mean, if you want to flash in something and kill our 2/2, I mean, do your thing, opponent. Underdog. All right, we can exile at Underdog. That's pretty sweet. So let's check that out as an option. See if they want to protect it. They decide on negative. So let's go ahead and attack. I mean, they might be waiting on another black source to meat hook, but in the meantime, fair enough. Let's just do it. I might draw here, just in case we get a land. We did not, so it doesn't matter. Though these aren't bad cards to have post-sweeper. Okay, they did get their other black source, so now that's a thing. Ooh, drew all the Wandering Emperors. Let's +1 this one. Let's actually go ahead and do this. Because now, if we +1 that also and they don't kill it, we'll be forcing the opponent to find another land so they can meat hook for 4. Alright, Wandering Emperor's fine here. We're okay with that.
Run away.
Yeah, you can't kill that one. That one you can get rid of. Alright, opponent's at 12.
You are not much of a roadblock.
Oh, they did get the land, so they can meat hook now if they want to. Which would then mean we're probably just going to Hive the Eye Tyrant, go take out Wandering Emperor. I mean, if you attack, I'll double block, because, I mean... Actually, do we even double block? I mean, yeah, I guess we do. Why wouldn't we?
I have got new moves to teach you.
This is a weird attack if they attack here. I don't, like... This does not benefit them at all. Ah, okay, they had a March of the Worldly Light. There you go. Now that explains some things. Okay, that makes more sense. Because I was like, what are they doing here?
Back to wandering.
Now, the interesting thing is, the opponent is only at 12 here. So we could Aspirant into their Wandering Emperor. The thing is, if we don't cast anything, does it look obvious to the opponent that we're just leaving up a Wandering Emperor to try to get their land? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I'm looking at, but I think it's still worth it to wait. I mean, we have 2 Wandering Emperors anyway.
Until next time, then.
Yeah, you can't activate that one yet. Though, we'd be able to target it and pay for it, because it's just 2, right? No, it's 3 more. Actually, that would have been bad for us. That would not let us do what we want to do. Okay, now you don't activate it. You can't attack opponent. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Opponent, I guess they just want to put a counter on it, I guess, is their plan here. Assuming they're going to have to block otherwise. All right. That's reasonable, I guess. If you're already on the mindset you're going to be blocking, I guess that's okay. Because your aspirant isn't going to live. Okay, they gave up anyway. All right, we are going first here, and we are going to keep this. And it's not like a spectacular hand, but it just feels like reasonably solid all around. So we're not going to be too mad at this. What kind of green deck do we have today? That kind of green deck. Okay. So then the question becomes, how do we want to go about this turn? I guess we just do this. And then force them to pick their fight spell. Let's go with this. I'll take that. Alright, so this could just as well be Troll than... Oh, it's a Jewel Thief. I was going to say Troll than a fight spell, but no. Was not that at all. You can still fight here safely on a Luminarch Aspirant. That's real. Yep, that makes sense. Interesting that they used their treasure there. Not what I would have thought the play was going to be. We will make a goblin. Making a treasure is almost tempting, considering we have the Amaria's Call in hand, but probably not. Let's just go with this. Having a blocker here is probably more powerful. And then we end the turn. Mostly because we have access to Wandering Emperor. Sculptor, alright. But if they played something really crazy, I mean, we still have Vanishing Verse, so not the end of the world. Opponent is wanting to tap, untap to do... Alright. Interesting. I think I want to just... exile that. And we'll just take 3. I also like that play there because it kind of comes off like, well, maybe I didn't have anything else, so I'm just doing that. Let's go ahead and put a +1 on here. Make the fight matter a little bit more. And end the turn. Now we can activate... Oh, no, we need one more. Well, we do have a land in our hand if we need to come over the top, so that's fine. Opponent has a lot of mana here, though. Uvenwald Oddity. It is indeed an oddity. They are untapping to do more damage here, unfortunately. All right, well, that's going to kill that. Yep. That's a thing. Okay. We'll exile this in. We'll take some damage. That doesn't suck. I guess we go ahead and have to take 3 for this. Because we want to leave up mana to be able to Vanishing Verse. Draw a card. Well, that's not bad. Alright, well, +1 borrowing. I mean, they're kind of, I'm assuming, out of fight spells at this point. If not, that's just bad luck for us. Also arguable, we could have just made a 2-2 and a 3-3 to give ourselves more blocking opportunities, but it is what it is. If they have the cards, they have the cards. I mean, we can now start attacking with our creature land here. Oh, are they just going to try to attack with a big Hydra? Looks like that might be the case. Yep. All right. This Hydra is gonna do some things, I guess. All right, we need the Hydra to attack first, so they won't be able to play a protective spell if they've got it. Okay. Now we're on to doing things. We haven't completed a dungeon yet, so we don't get anything back when we attack. Let's... You know what? Maybe we don't. I was going to say, maybe we just make a 2/2 here. All right. We're going to attack with Borrowing. Oh, we did complete a dungeon. Never mind. I totally forgot. We did, actually. That other creature was out there for a very long time attacking. I totally forgot it went to the graveyard. That's so funny. Let's put this down, because if we don't end up having to activate this, we could just draw a card with Rafine's Tower in the turn.
Strike fast and strike hard.
All right. Feeling a little better. Oh, they got a chariot. That's real. Opponent, really? I mean, I guess so. You're gonna live and die by that chariot. So bees it. I mean, it doesn't bother me none. Yeah, exactly. I was like, I don't know what they thought was gonna happen. All right, let's keep this. We got both of our creature lands, so we know what we're playing on turns 1 and 2. Let's get those out there. All right, nothing early from the opponent. We like that. Big piles of nothing are great. Underdog, let's go ahead and kill that. So we don't have to block with our Nadar. That may or may not live here, actually. What kind of deck do we think the opponent's playing? I think we go with... Man, how aggressive can we be? I think I'm going to go with this. Because I think we're going to be largely predicated on finding removal for things like Rafine and whatnot. Alright, there's a Kaito.
The system can't fix everything, but we can. Our eyes are everywhere.
You know what I think I want to do? Let's just attack. See if they block. They probably don't. We're going to make... We don't need a treasure token. Actually, dang it. If I was going to do this, I should have meat hooked before we attacked. Yeah, I might as well just make the treasure token. Because if I meat hook, we're getting no value out of this. Not that that's the worst thing, by the way. I mean, it's totally reasonable. We're just going to do it for 1. Get rid of that token. So when we attack, we'll be able to turn this into a 4/4 next turn. Oh, no, we went to the other side. So all we can do is drain life or give something else -4, which is also okay. Aww. He dead. All right, Borrowing. Looks like it's going to be up to you, buddy.
Something you don't know.
You're going to have to... Oh, maybe not. I was about to say, Borrowing's going to have to do all the heavy lifting, but that appears to not be true. Let's... Each opponent loses 1, we gain 1. And let's go ahead and play this duder. Because if it dies, we don't care that much. Plus, we got both our creature lands. We got plenty of lands to activate them. So we're not looking too bad right now.
Now this is a juicy secret.
Though we do have to still stay aware that a Wandering Emperor might exist. Very likely exist at this point, to be honest. Okay, not anymore. Like, not when you're playing Luminarch Aspirants. Okay, what do we want to do here? I say we do this. And we send these two here. And this here. In case they have a bounce spell or removal spell or something. We will get rid of this from the opponents. They had double pets. Wow. Wow. How gross. How gross. That is too funny. Guess it's still a good thing I sent two things into Kaido. But, like, that is the last card I thought I was going to see there. Good stuff, though. Can't even be mad about it. All right. Cool, cool. 14 to 21, and they have a second Luminarga. So now we have to find an aspirant or a kill spell here, at a minimum, or this is not going to go well. On the plus side, we attack, we get to draw a card. So that's a thing. Ooh, that's not bad either. Though we do know the opponent's playing counters. Spell Pierce and Make Disappear and Obscura Charm. That is a lot of counters. What are we hoping to do here? I mean, do we just go for it? That doesn't feel right. And we could possibly draw a removal when this dies. Or from the card we get during the attack step. Ugh, man. This is so gross. They've been discarding counters too. Oh, this hurts so much. I know it's not going to resolve, but I felt like priced into it. Yep. I mean, like I said, we knew it was a thing. I was willing to gamble on it. That's fine. Okay. Oh, no. Yep, this might be it for us unless we find another meat hook here. I think we have to find meat hook and exactly meat hook. Actually, it's not true. I guess we could find another... No, that wouldn't even do it. Yeah, because they're probably holding another counter. Yep, that is not going to cut it, unfortunately. We're at 10, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ugh. All right. Well, what can we do? Taking 2 just doesn't work there, so that's a non-starter. I think we have to just pass, sadly. As much as I want to do other things, I don't think we can. Any removal card or any 2 could cause an issue for us. We still might be dead anyway. I mean, real talk. Very possible. They also could have just juiced up their fish if they wanted to. Okay, well, we can't block the fish. What do we want to do here? Alright, I guess this is all we can really do. It just matters how we want to block. If they let us block. We can take 6 and go to 4, and they still have a land they can attack us with next turn. So we sadly have to do this, because if they have a way to kill a blocker anyway, we still are dead. Yeah, exactly. So there wasn't anything we were going to do there, regardless. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure... Yeah, it literally had to just be that off the top, and it was not. Oh, no! It's just too late. Too late. Oh, wow. If I'd have had a land. If I'd have had a land. Yep. Not sure we can do anything here. We get a Nadar back. That doesn't do anything. We're only at 5. Actually, hold on. We could go into the dungeons. Well, Gaining a life doesn't do anything, right? Man, as bad as I want to, I think this is just all we can do. Doesn't really do anything, though. I mean, opponent literally doesn't have to do anything. Like, we just die. Yep. GG's. We're dead. Alright, I'll try it. This feels a little rough, but, you know, why not? Let's see where this goes. So far, so good. We're drawing lands. Maybe we could draw another one. Okay. Green-white. What are you going to do here? Lunarch Veteran. Okay. Well, we will use this on the Lunarch Veteran. Mostly because there will be things that are multicolor we're not going to be able to get rid of. We get down to draw a card, plussing a thing. Do we want more value? Do we want to just try to get to another big body? I don't know where this game's going to go. When I don't know where the game's going to go, I just choose the middle one. I don't know if we want this. I feel like not. We got to get to a land. But we do have Wandering Emperor. We do have Meat Hook. So it's not like we can't do stuff. Restoration of Iganjo. Sure. I think we just sit on our removal and we just let that happen. I'm not going to worry about that too much. We're just going to make the treasure token here. We might actually need it, sadly. And end the turn. The good news is, if they don't sweep our board, we get double dungeon triggers. So that's a thing. Though they are going to have a bunch of mana soon, as we're missing land drops. So that's not great. Alright, 4 mana. What does it look like? Just a cleric class. Okay, we can live with that. That's far from as bad as it could have been. I have no idea what that is on the opponent's side, though. I think we just attack here. Drain them. Draw. Ooh, nice. Okay, end the turn. Also on the plus side, if they kill things here, they kill their own thing as well. So, not bad. Though they could make a bunch of angels here, which would suck for us. Because then we have to find a land so we could... Oh, we do have a land already. Never mind, so that's fine. Reasonable. So they are going to Doomscar. Okay. I guess it's still worth it to them. Like, the double trigger is probably a lot for them to live through. Deal with. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just flash in a Wandering Emperor here. Make a 2/2.
I've learned much during my travels. Let your blade do the
And
talking.
then we will... I think... Seeing what type of deck they're playing, I feel like we're okay doing this. And then we'll just +1. Attack for 3.
We've got the edge in this fight.
Alright. This became very systematic all of a sudden. We got all of our value out of our dungeons. Now we're kind of waiting for Nadar and Borrowin to show up. Alright, you have an intrepid adversary. Paying and paying. Alright, good deal. And we're going to go ahead and kill that. Alright. We're going to put this on white, I guess. Going to go ahead and activate this. +1.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Get rid of that. Alright, and I think that should do it since we're holding on to a Meat Hook Massacre here. Actually, maybe not. Because we wouldn't be able to activate our land and use Meat Hook for more than like 1 or 2. Innkeeper could lead to something here. Maybe. Possibly. Adversary, sure. Adversary is going to go for 2 activations. Alright. Well, if that's the case, then there's a borrow and 2 on top of it all. So let's just go ahead and +1 our Duder. We'll go ahead and Meat Hook for 3.
We greet our enemies.
We'll attack for 1. Yep, that's going to do it. So yeah, that actually was pretty good. Now, I will say, we did stumble a little bit a couple times, and one of those I kept a pretty bad hand, so it's whatever. But truthfully, the deck is actually really good, and surprisingly, we got a lot of value out of that underdog. So it did do what we wanted for the deck, and we did win some pretty tough matchups, even when the opponent drew well and got what they wanted. And that's what you want to see, is when you're playing those grindy games, and you can kind of overcome the opponent's value just from those dungeons. It actually did exactly what we wanted, and each dungeon kind of functioned a different mode for each game, and that's actually really good. So we were right about guessing on, can the dungeons be used that way? So I guess maybe the secret here is really, in a nutshell, to say, like, use the dungeons for their true value in the right matchups. Don't necessarily worry about going into the dungeon every single turn. Now, as for cards we would change, I don't know really. There were a couple times we did draw too many Wandering Emperors, so I could see that change being made to play 1 more either Borrowing or Tenacious Underdog. I'll kind of leave that up to y'all to decide. Feel free to make the changes. And then the same thing on the Vanishing Verse. There's a couple of spots where you don't necessarily want a whole pile of them, so maybe go ahead and play another Bloodchief Circe or Infernal Grasp. Again, I'm going to leave that up to you, because the decks are so varied right now. It kind of just depends on what you're running into or what you're worried about, and maybe even your preferred playstyle. So yeah, otherwise I think we got the cards right. It's just which numbers you want that you feel good about. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Comball, Console of Allocation, which is a very weird name. The reason I bring this one up is it's one that's still worth a few dollars, so it's not like bulk rare, which people think it is, because I see it in people's bulk stuff all the time. But it actually is a really good card. It's really great for a commander. Anytime an opponent casts a non-creature spell, they take 2 damage, and actually they lose 2 life and you gain 2 life, which is actually really good. The surprising thing is this card didn't see all that much use in Standard. You would think it would have, but it really didn't. And honestly, I would play it right now in certain environments. So yeah, like, this card's still worth giving a look. It's kind of one that got lost in the shuffle of Kaladesh because there were so many other powerful cards with all the energy and everything else. And this one sort of just like kind of walked through in the background and people forgot it was a card. But yeah, if you want to surprise your commander tables, give this one a look. Now, as always, you can get the description down below. Don't forget, you can also join the channel and support me and get some cool stuff. And you can come by our Discord or our streams, and you can be part of all this craziness while we're building decks and playing them, or even make suggestions. But if you like this deck and you like doing quirky things, I'm going to go ahead and link another one here that does some fun stuff as well, because that might be right up your alley. But that's all of you for now. We'll see you next time.